Chancellor. It is with great pleasure that I present Steve Foots to you as an Honorary Graduand. Steve is the Group Chief Executive Officer of Croda, a specialty chemicals company that creates high-performance ingredients and solutions principally for consumer care and life sciences markets. Established 100 years ago at Rockcliffe Bridge, just 25 miles south of York, and still headquartered there, Croda International plc is now a FTSE 100 company with over 5,800 employees across 94 locations in 36 countries. The first product for Croda back in 1925 was lanolin, a natural protective fat present in sheep's wool, widely used as a moisturiser in skincare applications. Croda has come a long way since then and is now the name behind some of the world's most successful brands, with its ingredients found in products that touch our lives every day, from sun protection to life-saving pharmaceuticals and formulations that enhance crop yields. Steve joined Croda as a graduate trainee, fresh from his degree in chemistry from the University of York in 1990, so you can all do the maths. He worked his way up through the ranks, joined the board in 2010, became CEO in 2012, and is now one of the longest-serving CEOs in the FTSE 100 stock market index. Since 2012, Croda has enjoyed impressive growth through a combination of smart acquisitions and divestments that have seen it transition, in the words of the CEO, to a pure-play consumer care and life sciences company with a shared purpose to use smart science to improve lives. Perhaps that is nowhere better exemplified than in the role that Croda played during the pandemic in redeploying research and development and engineering capabilities, resulting in it having a vital role in the delivery of lipid-based drug delivery systems, essential for the success of the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine, which many of us here today and millions of others around the world can be thankful for. Another achievement, which I expect at least some of us can be thankful for, is that Croda puts the anti-wrinkle actives and the world's biggest selling anti-aging skin creams, for example Boots No. 7, Olay and the Ordinary brands. Climate change and biodiversity loss are the two sides of the same coin that are largely a consequence of society's addiction to fossil fuels that we've developed over the last 100 years. We are seeing progress with renewable energy. A much tougher challenge is the chemical industry. There is now an urgent need across industrial sectors to replace the reliance of petrochemical-based feedstocks with sustainable bio-based feedstocks. Croda, under Steve Foots' leadership, is leading the way in rising to this challenge, with around 2/3 of its organic raw materials already coming from bio-based resources. Croda has committed to be the most sustainable supplier of innovative ingredients while providing solutions to some of the world's biggest challenges. Steve has led the way in the company, adopting a leadership position in sustainability and innovation in their chosen markets for the good of the planet, and also because the biggest opportunities for improving Croda's impacts and business at this critical time lie at the intersection of sustainability and innovation. Croda have set themselves a target of being climate, land and people positive by 2030, as well as corporate pledges. The formation of the Croda Charitable Foundation in 2020 will no doubt also contribute to this target. The aim of the foundation is to sustainably improve lives by working with organisations and charities around the world to create long-term resilient communities. Importantly, the foundation is embedded in Croda's culture, with employees not only responsible for nominating projects, but also voluntarily providing their expertise to project partners to maximise social impact. All of these values are close to those of the University of York, and we are proud to be working in partnership with Croda, with UK government funding, to develop innovations that will replace the need for petrochemical based feedstocks across consumer, health and agriculture sectors in the coming decades. We are also pleased to have Croda and Steve's backing for Buy Yorkshire, a regional public-private partnership that is accelerating the translation of research discoveries into full-scale biotechnological applications. And finally, there's not just the University of York that recognises the key leadership role that Steve has played in one of the UK's most important and innovative companies. He was also just recently appointed as CBE, Commander of the Order of the British Empire, in the King's Birthday Honours List in 2025, recognising his outstanding contribution to the chemical and life sciences industries. So, Steve, congratulations for that as well. Chancellor, for his years of leadership and dedication to the chemical and life sciences industries and his recognition of the importance of sustainability in industry and society, I'm delighted to present to you Steve Foots for the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
Vested in me by the University of York, I have great pleasure in conferring you upon the degree of Doctor of the University Honorary Causa. Thank you.
Thank you kindly, Ian. Lovely words there. Now, I don't want him to cast any aspersions on my age. I joined university when I was 10, okay? Chancellor, graduates, graduands, families and friends, and everybody else that I've missed out there. It's an incredible privilege to receive this honorary degree from the university. York holds a special place for me in my heart. Truly, 3 of the best years of my life. I met my wonderful wife, here a fellow York student, and together we've made York our home ever since. And we brought up 2 amazing children, who we're very proud of as well. And I'm so pleased that they're all here today to celebrate with me, and they're over there. University is simply a great experience for me. I hope you've all enjoyed it as much as I have. And York taught me a few things. It made me think. It taught me how to motivate myself to learn. But above all, it taught me how to get on with people. And all of those are essential skills for you all as you go into the world of work. And there's so many wonderful memories. But it wasn't just about labs and lectures for me. There's brilliant distractions at university. Charles the 12th pub. I spent way too much time there. Anybody know that pub in the room? Fulford Golf Club was another distraction. One of my favourite sports. I played there for 3 years. And captaining the first 11 football team and beating Lancaster University, allowing us to win the War of the Roses weekend that year was a big highlight. I also made lifelong friends I still meet today. Every year for 35 years we've met the same 10, 12 people, and we'll see them again in October. And of course it was York's summer placement in the chemistry department that opened my biggest door. An opportunity with Croda in 1988, then a place on their graduate scheme shortly afterwards. Fast forward 35 years, 14 of them as CEO, and I'm still there. And it turns out that curiosity, a bit of chemistry, and of course a healthy dose of luck can get you a long way. And I know a lot of you are graduating in business and political science, and you're stepping into a world that urgently needs you. Not just in the UK, everywhere. And as you start to think about the world of work, what type of job you want to do, what type of organisation you want to work for, I'd offer 3 pieces of advice for you. Firstly, choose an organisation with the same values as you. That's the most important. Make sure it's fun, it's lively, it's stimulating. And make sure you can feel at your full potential, that you can get the best out of you and the organisation. Great companies of the future need to be entrepreneurial as well. And that's really important. And that's my second piece of advice. And, progressive organisations. Many years ago, I used this example in Croda for Innovation. NASA, space organisation in America, spent a huge amount of resources to try and invent a specialised pen for a zero-gravity space. How do you invent a specialised pen? They had their challenges. The Russians got there first. What was their invention? It was a pencil. And often, the simplest things in innovation are the most creative, and we shouldn't forget about that. And thirdly, great companies need to be leaders in sustainability. We're facing a huge climate crisis, and it's incumbent on all of us, and I mean all of us in the room, to do the right things by doing good. And as we look to transition from coal and gas to renewable energy, or from petrol to electric cars, what's the organisation that you're going to work for lead in? That's really important. In Croda, it's pretty straightforward. We're here to reduce our carbon footprint, not just for our customers, but for our suppliers as well. And our job is to reduce the negative impacts and increase the positive impacts on society at large. So finally, I wanted to say a massive congratulations to you all. You should feel really proud of what you've done. It's a terrific achievement. Whether you want to be an entrepreneur in the future, a consultant, you might want to be a future Prime Minister, some of you. You all have the tools to succeed. So my final bit of advice, grab every opportunity you can, be curious, be bold, and when you go out of here for your next chapter of life, go and really go for it. Thank you.